The Villisca Axe Murders. In the small town of Villisca, Iowa, the Moore family had everything: a loving husband and wife, 6 wholesome children, and a beautiful home. But on the night of June 9, 1912, this all changed. On that night, the Moore family had 2 overnight guests, Reverend George Kelly and his son, who had traveled to Villisca to attend a church social. But by the next morning, the 8 inhabitants of the house were found brutally murdered in their beds with an axe. To make matters even more terrifying, the killer or killers had covered the mirrors in the house with cloth and shut all the windows tightly. As if wanting to hide their face and trap the souls of the victims inside, the killer or killers had also apparently bludgeoned each person to death with an axe that was found on the property. Even more disturbing, the couple's 4 young children were killed alongside their parents. But perhaps the most sinister detail of all was that food was left uneaten on the kitchen table, and a slab of bacon was placed next to the murder weapon. To this day, no one knows why. It wasn't until the following morning that neighbors, having heard no sounds from the house as the sun rose, went to investigate. They found the 8 bodies and immediately called the police. A local doctor who examined the bodies estimated that they had been killed around 3:30 a.m., which made it all the more puzzling. Who could have done such a thing and why? Many fingers were pointed at the traveling preacher having a history of mental illness. But he was eventually ruled out as a suspect when it was discovered that he had attended the church social the night before and had an alibi for the time of the murders. Other known drifters were also questioned, but no one was ever convicted. Some believed the murders were the work of a serial killer who was moving through the Midwest, killing families in their homes and leaving bizarre calling cards. Others believed there was a more sinister motive at play, that the murders were actually a ritualistic human sacrifice. More than a century later, the case remains unsolved. And today, the Villisca Axe Murder House is considered one of the most haunted places in America. Visitors have reported hearing the sound of children's voices, doors slamming, and feeling strange touches on their skin. Some believe the spirits of the murdered family are trapped inside, forever reliving their final moments of terror. And that's why it makes the perfect horror story. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe and check out our other videos.